Hello everyone, welcome to the Green Man channel. Hope you're doing good and well. So I thought it'd be nice to do a video just kind of looking back on the year that's gone by a bit and reflecting on 2022, but also to do some channel shout outs as well. I see other channels do these shout outs. I think it's a really good idea. I think it kind of, first of all, it's very thoughtful, but also it kind of makes you feel a bit like you're part of this sort of online community of people. And in my case, I suppose I'm kind of part of this rock and metal community now, this review kind of community, which is a really nice kind of thought. And so I thought, you know what, let's do this as well. Let's do some channel shout outs. But the first part of the video, I'm just sort of looking back on this year really, and some of its highlights. I mean, we've had Dark Horse Discs, which was great. If you never saw that, if you're newly subscribed to the channel, do check out Dark Horse Discs. It was a really good series to do. I think it's a series whereby it was every Sunday we were talking about albums that we felt, I say we because I collaborated with other YouTubers, and we talked about albums that we felt were overlooked by their fan bases. So you had stuff like Death Magnetic by Metallica, Promised Land by Queensryche, Cryptic Writings by Megadeth, Blackest Way to Blue by Alice in Chains, Ultimate Sin by Ozzy Osbourne, all those sorts of albums. A lot of them were my picks, to be fair, but there were a few that were collaborator picks as well. And that was a lot of fun doing that. And then you had the Album That series as well, which was a series where I was talking about albums I have personal associations with, which was again pretty fun video and series to do, talking about, like, for example, the album that made me superstitious, or the album that reminds me of a crazy summer. So there's also a playlist of that as well if you want to check that out as well, that series. And then I've done, for the sci-fi, fantasy and horror content, we've had my favourite sci-fi TV episodes. We've had obviously the Malazan book reviews in recent months. It's taken me a while to get through those. I have to say, actually, the Malazan book review videos probably take the most work, even compared to album review videos. The Malazan book reviews, they're big books and they are dense, and they take probably the most time to work out what you really think about them, because you have to really read and digest each part of the book, each chapter, and go through, in my case, I'm sort of naming favourite moments as well, and I have to pick out my favourite moments from the series too. So that's been a lot of fun as well, and I'm enjoying Malazan more and more. I think the more I kind of dig into it, the more you kind of get into it, the more you get out of that series. So it's definitely something that I could be obviously continuing that in the new year, as well as a couple of other series. Album rankings I will be doing as it's been upvoted the most, I think, the Dream Theater album ranking. So that will be first, I think, in the new year, unless there's a rapid change to those results before January. So yeah, and I do want to add, because I'm not sure I've mentioned this yet on this video, but I have recorded my top 20 albums of 2022. It's been recorded, it's been edited. I just literally need to upload it to YouTube, ready to premiere on Saturday evening UK time, 8 PM, and that will be ready to go, and I can't wait to share those with you. My choices, as always, they're very me. There's a few surprise picks in there. So it's been a really good year, I think, on the channel. So time to move on now to channel shoutouts. And you'll know a couple of these already if you've been subscribed to the channel for a while. You'll know these names. A couple of them certainly very, very familiar. So first of all, wanted to do a shout out for none other than the Chill Dude on the Couch Reviews, who I've been subscribed to now, I think, for several months, and he has been one of my sort of main collaborators in series on my channel and series on his channel as well, discussing albums in particular. And I do recommend you definitely check out and subscribe to his channel. His videos are done in a fun spirit, and therefore they're kind of entertaining, but they're also still very informative. I really enjoy his interviews and interview styles with bands. I think he you get some really good and interesting interviews from these up and coming bands that he chats to and stuff. So definitely check out his channel if you haven't already. JC Rock and Meta Reviews, of course, my other regular collaborator on the Dark Horse Disc series. I just kind of, I also, you know, he was the first YouTuber, one of the first that I came across when I started out on this channel. And, you know, he's been a great sort of, I think he's been great for advice, and his channel is, you know, really comprehensive. It has lots and lots of album review content, album rankings, and, you know, I kind of always remember saying at the end of the Dark Horse Disc videos, he's very knowledgeable, and I, you know, I just really like his in-depth reviews, particularly, and sort of checking those out and finding out sometimes things about bands, or, you know, from a musical perspective as well, things that I just didn't know or didn't think about with certain bands and artists. So definitely check out JC Rock and Metal Reviews, his channel. And next up, I've got Josh Keech. Now, we did a collaboration on Dark Horse Discs, just the one-off, but to talk about Joe Satriani's Shockwave Supernova album, but also, you know, his channel, I'd highly recommend you drop him a sub as well, because, you know, he's a really good guitarist, and he does some really good guitar solos and guitar rhythms as well. And he's recently released, I think he released an EP earlier this year, War in the Clouds. So I really recommend you check out his EP as well. So that's another channel I will drop a link to in the description box as well. So that's Josh Keech. Go check out Josh's channel. Really like the live streams he does as well. I've always found those good fun to watch. The next up, we've got Hammerheart Metal Reviews, who, again, you know, this is a pretty recent discovery for me, this channel, and I just come to get, you know, a few exchanges with him about fantasy books and comments on each other's videos and stuff, and, you know, he's a particular fan of Malazan, so that's kind of where we've got that connection, I think, at the moment with our channels. He's also a big fantasy book fan, I think, as well as myself, so... but yeah, I really like his channel, because you will find, I think, some really awesome underground metal bands through his channel and albums. And, you know, if you're looking for new metal that maybe you haven't heard before, that channel is definitely one you need to go and check out. So that's Hammerheart Metal Reviews, his channel. I'll drop again a link, probably don't need to say that, but I'll drop a link to each channel in the description box for the video. Next up, we've got 999, who is a long-time subscriber of my channel, who I'm very, you know, really grateful to, because, you know, really regular contributor. He has recommended me music before. I've also done, I think I featured as part of his podcast on his mainstream rock talk channel, and discussing Iron Maiden's Peace of Mind in the particular episode I featured on. But check out his channel, because it's really informative. It's got lots of interesting, you know, you'll find out things, you know, he posts a lot of updates, or, you know, anniversary information sometimes about bands and artists as well, which I always find quite fascinating. So again, you'll find out things that you probably didn't know. So do check out and drop a sub to 999's channel, Mainstream Rock Talk, as well. And lastly, we've got Marylovesmusic, whose channel I also think I maybe discovered her channel earlier this year, and it's a really fun channel, done in great spirit, with lots of coverage of her favourite albums, rankings of her favourite sort of artists and stuff, discographies, and yeah, I got to collaborate with her on the Porcupine Tree Lightbulb Sun video. And yeah, I just recommend you go and subscribe to her channel. She's a big prog fan, so definitely if you like your prog, for sure. And just a big fan of music generally, like myself. But yeah, I know she's got a bit of a taste for prog as well, so go check out her channel too. Alright, so that brings me to the end of this video. Those are the channel shout-outs. There are probably loads of other channels I could shout out to as well. Those are the kind, I guess, are the main ones that I've collaborated with or communicated with in some way or fashion or form. So I thought I would do those for this video, but yeah, there are probably more. And again, just say a big thank you to everybody for your contributions to this channel, whatever they've been. If you've been liking, following, watching, subscribing, commenting, all those things on my channel, does not go unnoticed. It does not ever go unnoticed. Thank you very much for supporting the channel, keeping me motivated to do these videos throughout the last 12 months, and hopefully for 2023 as well. So from me, until that album premiere on Saturday. See you then. Take care. Bye for now.